Okay, can everyone can see my screen now?
Yes, I can see your screen, and I'm pretty sure we can hear you loud and clear. Now, you guys, if you're having any difficulties throughout the webinar, once again, please leave your feedback or your comments in the chat box. And Martin, whenever you're ready, take it away. I'll be back in the half an hour, actually, to help you with your Q&A.
Yeah.
So guys, go ahead, ask questions.
Okay, thank you, Lauren. So good morning, everyone, all the fans from Marketing Fest. So my name is Martin. So today I want to talk about how to marry SEO and content marketing. So let's talk about just a briefly introduction. So I'm 5 years with Exabytes. So I start with a very basic, digital marketer. Then slowly I grow my passion into SEO. So currently I manage more than 50 SEO account of internal and external clients. So external client means like we are Exabytes Digital is a digital marketing agency. So I also grow the business online. And then surprisingly, I have a master degree economic management, but it's not really relevant to marketing. And then I also love filming, photography, and music. So this is my website is martintang.my, can know about me. Okay, so let's talk about Exabytes Digital. So Exabytes Digital is fall under the Exabytes group. So we are one small division is very primarily focused on digital marketing. So as you can see, the slide here is like we do all the Google ads, the SEO, the Facebook ad, Instagram is about the digital marketing, the usual one. And then the latest one actually is like last year, we also have the Alibaba Go supplier. So this is more about the B2B platform. So what I want to say is that we have wide range of services. So we have the experience. Okay, then here is a few of our happy clients. So we have like happy clients from retail, from educations, from e-commerce. So we have like all the services or the school. So we have like wide range of experience. Not only we focus on certain industry from really small SME up to like big enterprise. So we have all the expertise and the experience. So let's start about my topic of today, how to marry SEO and content marketing. First, this is my agenda. So I will talk about the five points. First is like relationship, and then keyword research, content strategy, on-site optimization, and then the last is the distribution and expansion. Okay, let's talk about the first point, SEO and content marketing relationship. Okay, first one is just to very brief through if anyone doesn't know about SEO. So in short, SEO is search engine optimization. What the SEO do is we do anything that can bring your website rank on the Google search. Okay, I repeat. So just very simple only. The SEO is we optimize the website, can be on the website, can be many works. So in order to rank your website on the Google to the search result, or you already like second page or fourth page or behind, we try to increase the ranking to the first page of the Google. Okay, so if you are really doing SEO or you're just starting about SEO, remember this, SEO alone isn't enough. Okay, first of all is actually SEO is just just a small piece of pie. I know it's like you can through online you can find a lot of 200 factor, 300 factor to rank on certain like your ranking will be better. But actually it's just a small piece of pie. There are a lot more things to do and it's forever like never ending. So second point is this is even search algorithm keep evolving. So the difficulty about SEO is the Google is like they keep changing the algorithm. So the algorithm is the factors, the engine behind it, they will keep changing. So if you're sometimes like you're doing the optimization using this method, but maybe certain a while it's like they change the algorithm, you will see your ranking drop. It's like, huh? So you need to fight with the algorithm. So sometimes it's very tiring. And then the last one I want to emphasize is if you're doing SEO alone, you also remember you need to incorporate with other strategy. So, like now it's like the social media is rising, especially depends on the target audience, especially, like TikTok videos. So don't forget about other channels as well. Okay. And then let's talk about content marketing. So in short, content marketing is like what you see now also is a content, like what people share on the WhatsApp group or the social media, on the YouTube. Everything actually what we see in the world is about content. So content marketing alone isn't maximize the result. Yes, you do many content, you post many things, you post the happy cats, you post like something funny about your business, everything is good. But sometimes it's like, I want to emphasize is many like the SME, they focus the wrong niche on the wrong keywords. Okay. Maybe, okay, your thought is you think the certain keywords or certain product is relevant to business, yes. But in the real world, or we call the SEO world, we know about, actually we very emphasize about the search volume, meaning that anything we create online, we need to have like certain number amount of search volume. So imagine this, if you didn't know about the search volume, you just blindly right create the content like the simple blog post. In the end, you might like face like, why nobody searching about the content? Because there's no search volume. Okay. And then the second is the wasting resources. So I know most of the time when we think about content marketing, it's like we will think about you need to like do a lot of research, and then you need to compare, and then you need to compile a lot of the information, then you draft the epic your blog post or the tutorial. So before you're doing that, before like you're doing executing the content, it's like please at least you understand the basic SEO, incorporate with your content marketing. It will like save you a lot of time in future, your long-term marketing plan or digital marketing plan. And then the third one is the outdated strategy. So this one is more I'll explain more about the SEO. If you are just reviving the simple everything you find online. So I want to emphasize is sometimes certain the advice, the blog tips, the tutorial is a little bit outdated. Maybe the latest trend about the behavior, human behavior are already changing. So you need to like keep updating, although you have good content, but maybe the technical behind it. So this is more about the SEO. And then next point. Okay, so this is sum it up like SEO and content marketing. Okay, so imagine this SEO. So you can think about it's very narrow. Why narrow? It's like it's very technical. So throughout like 10, 20 years of the experience of the SEO specialists around the world, so we come out like few certain criteria. You must do this, you must do that. So you must follow this best practice. Okay, keep in mind it's not 100% true or correct, but what we believe and based on experience. So versus content marketing. So content marketing is more broader and holistic. So it doesn't like narrow you down. It doesn't like limit you. It's full of flexibility. Okay. So the how to like marry each other is SEO. Actually, they have like certain requirement. Okay, it's not like 100% true, but this is like what we believe and we practice like 20 years. We have the requirement. Content marketing is fulfill the requirement. So you think of it is actually content marketing and SEO actually it should be blend together. Okay, let me talk more about this. So SEO and content marketing. So look at the middle about the engaging content direct high. So actually you got 2 points here. First is engaging content. Engaging content can be explained as like this is more towards the content part. In order to have like good content marketing, usually it's like we will expect to have like like high sharing, people talk about this, people comment, people just like just love about the content. And then the second point that rank high, so this one definitely is SEO. Okay, so content marketing, let me talk about content marketing. Is like they talk about like usually when we create the content, it's like we target audience, like we have like valuable content. And then this is definitely is logic. You must have high quality. But what if talk about SEO? Usually we will talk about we will focus about niche keyword or certain like keywords. Then on page SEO, on page factor, this is more about the optimization. Later, I will show you example, very simple example, which is everyone also can do. And then the technical SEO. So this one is the headache bar. It's like for the newcomer or people like who are just creating websites. So like you are not understanding about this. So actually, if you understand these two, if you combine together and then you create the content, it will be the perfect mesh. Okay, so the first point is like this. Your SEO campaign will fail unless you integrate content marketing. Similarly, your content marketing campaign will fail unless you integrate SEO. Okay, so just think about that. Actually, SEO and content marketing should be blended together. Okay, if you just focus blindly on SEO, it doesn't work well. Or you just content marketing, you just think, oh, I love about this content. I thought this content will be loved by my audience, my target audience. You will have search volume. You don't care about search volume. As it is not the best practice. Okay, so then let's continue. The second part is about the keyword research. Okay, talk about keyword research is the first thing is actually you can use this like free. Now it's premium tools. You can try this Uber Suggest. So what you do is actually you can just type the domain, your own domain or your competitor domain, or even the keywords into it, and then you search into Singapore so you get more localized, and then you just search. Or another free tools is actually is the Google Ads Keyword Planner. So you can like just type the keywords, and then you have you will get a wide range of the keyword suggestions. So what I want to emphasize is to keep it short is you need to understand about the relationship about the search volume and the conversion rate. Okay, I know many people is like, okay, I want sales, I want revenue, I want lead, I want the highest, okay, this is very common, but in SEO is what we do is actually I will emphasize on you focus on the middle. This is really depends on the resources and the industry. Focus on the middle. So you're not the search volume, you can be in the middle, and then the conversion rate is the middle. So it's like the balance point. If you focus about the high search volume, the consequences is this is like the conversion rate will be low. So usually like people type about, like tomato plant is like, it's just, maybe if you're marketing about the marketing funnel, it's just like the awareness phase. People just want to know about that. Okay. So if you're focused about in the middle range, search volume, yes, you have like specific number of search volume and the conversion rate. So this is really depends on the marketing strategy of yours, but I highly recommend using this kind of like strategy. So if you focus on the tail, we call the long tail keyword. So you can see it's like tomato plant turning yellow. Yes, you can like get very high conversion rate, but the relationship is you will get low search volume. Sometimes actually it's even better you focus on these long tail keywords first. So like you can win this pie first, then you slowly grow, you increase more and more the search volume. Okay, so the search volume concept is very important. Wherever you do content marketing, so keep in mind is that at least you have the idea about the search volume. So another example is, let's say about the cell phone or handphone or smartphone or handphone. If you didn't research, actually certain region in the world, they're using different face. So like Singapore, we're using smartphone, cell phone or whatever, but in the UK, in the US, they're using another like mobile phone. So this is actually give another clue to you in your region, which keyword you should choose and more incorporate, like at least you have the highest search volume. Okay, so this is the basic like summary. So focus about the average search volume, at least you know the number, not necessarily must high. Second is focus about the correct theme or keywords. So sometimes you will think if you didn't research everything, you're using your own thought, your experience. Sometimes the title is a little bit not correct with not aligned with your business. And then understand the competition level. Competition level meaning is it this keyword or is is it this phrase or keyword, the category keyword is very competitive, like many content already like full of it. So you need to understand the difficulty, the individuality. So the fourth is like, this is the magic about the SEO is the low hanging fruit keywords. What do I mean is low hanging fruit keyword is meaning the keyword have like specific number of search volume, but low difficulty. So in Google Ads is, if you can target this kind of keywords is, the benefit will be the low cost, but you will have a higher search volume, meaning your higher search impression. Okay. The next point is, let's talk about the content strategy. So now you have the, okay, I know I need to do keyword research. Okay, now I already have my draft idea. So the third point is, you need to have a plan or schedule. So remember the first, like in the beginning of my sharing, content marketing is sometimes quite like time consuming. So I suggest you have a plan or schedule about, okay, if you're just one man show or you are limited resources, what about start with the 1 month like plan first, like 1 month in advance you plan first. Okay, at least you have an idea about which one you need to focus or the idea or incorporate with your own campaign and promotion. Okay, so this is my few tips. Is very simple. First, keep it simple but quality. Okay, this is just for like people who like really one man show, you know, you lack of resources. Second, start with a simple format. What do I mean with simple format is, you might think like you want to create a video, you want to create like a very sophisticated, you know, like the design banner. But what about actually, in the end is actually the simplest method, like text, also very good content. You can craft, you know, you can like summarize in a very good point. People also love all that. And then third is make sure it's measurable and achievable. Don't think about I want to like become another next Amazon next. It's like sometimes it's very hard. And then so I keep repeating this. Use the correct keyword, phrase, or content. So make sure you use the keywords in your content. So sometimes it's like in Google, they show this result, but in different social media marketing, they use another phrase. So you need to do some homework and research. Then, so this is another like SEO tips. So you can think about when you create a content marketing, we call featured snippet. So if you type something like best Google tools for website, you'll see this website is I created this post 2018, 2 years ago. This is actually for in Google, in the SEO world, we love this. It's like you always will rank the highest, or another term we call the rank zero, no zero ranking. Why do people love this? Because in human nature, when we search something, the first thing pop up in the search result will always get our attention. And then, so you can start focusing, like research about this feature snippet, how the content you can get have a chance, okay, not 100% guarantee to feature this. So focus about, when think about, you know, the title, the content, the strategy, to focus about the WH question, you know, how to rank in better Google, why, you know, this kind of question. And then second is the listicle. Listicle is like what the example showing is like you can list down what is the best tools for keyword research. Then you list down like keyword planner, you know, something like this. And then the third is like you can, every time you type something, it's like you focus about people always ask. When you click, it will expand. So this one, actually the title there is very good suggestion become your content. So this is actually suggested by Google. So you know definitely those type of question is very hot and popular. So the fourth one is formatting. So this one is more about I will use the word discipline of your content or the marketer where they publish. So you need to have discipline in order to follow the structure, use the proper heading tag, or use the proper, you know, the paragraphing. Okay, so this is another like good opportunity you can like explore about the feature snippet to incorporate into your content marketing. Okay, if you don't have idea or you just want very fast, can go this kind of tools is mostly is free. So like BuzzSumo, Quora is more about the question. Even the Reddit also, like you can type keywords, then you can know about, you can sort by which one is the popular keyword. to get the upvote, so you can have an idea which content is the people really want. What I want to emphasize here is, before you start any content, research is very important. Don't just simply blindly, I think about this, I know this, but you should have like supporting data, because sometimes if you change the keywords or change the direction a little bit, actually you get a big result. Okay, so this is just a free tools. Personally, it's like I like to answer the public, so you can type the keywords, then you can show there are many very nice the chart, the illustration to visualize all the content. Then so the fourth is I will slowly go into, this is more and more technical, is on-site SEO optimization. So in short, on-site SEO is everything we do in the website to increase the performance of SEO. On-site, so everything is related to the website. Okay, so the first is the most basic thing about SEO is we call the title and description. So the title is definitely the blue, the bold blue title, and the description, okay, the description is everyday we see it. But many users is like, even the homepage, they didn't have like proper title and description. This is the most simplest method, okay? So make sure include keywords, best you put at the beginning. Okay, you can have used certain tools like, like they can visualize what certain speaks, maybe fix character of the character, the length, or they use the pixel even more accurate. The pixel, you can like visualize this. But my tips is, the simplest is make sure you write in the way the keywords in the beginning. Okay. Then the second thing is what you look at the star rating 4.8. 261 votes. This is what we call actually is the review structure data. So this is more a little bit about SEO. According to Google, it's like they doesn't prove if you have like structured data is that help on your ranking. But my personal opinion is, if you can show this on your website, the URL, if you're like selling something, you have review, this is a very good opportunity to catch the attention. The word, actually the real word about the meta description, the title in the Google search is actually just to catch attention. Make sure the third point, right in the way that attract user to click. Okay, so this star, this number, when you scroll, especially like every day we need to find online, we need to research, this kind of star, the review definitely will help catching the attention. So doesn't matter it's like really help on ranking or what, but I know this will help on the CTR, click-through rate, because it will catch the attention. We have star and without the star, the review. Okay. The second thing is like focus about the heading. I know it's very basic. You can argue with me like actually it doesn't matter. Like even actually the Google Webmaster, the YouTube video, they're also showing Google doesn't care you have like how many H1, the heading tag, or don't have any heading. But my experience is best to include the primary keyword in the heading, especially H1, H2, then follow the logic structure. So my experience telling me is sometimes depends on the theme or your website or the mobile structure, the mobile friendly, everything. This heading actually help your paragraphing, your layout better when you view. I still follow the very traditional method because I believe this will increase chance of feature snippet. Because what I'm practicing now is I will like follow, okay, just imagine like, the family tree. I know this is the big point and the subtopic and the subtopic. So I will follow the heading tag. So you can try this. Just actually in the end it's about the discipline you can follow or not. Mostly the web designer, they just simply blindly, because it's too big, so they change it to like other heading. But if you follow really the SEO method, is that they will encourage you to follow the correct structure, the sequence. Okay, so another like myth of the SEO or the content. What about the length of the content? My opinion is first you research about a competitor. There's no right or wrong about you must like have like you might search like, oh, I need to have like 2,000, 1,000 words, then you can rank better. this is like about the second point is the reverse engineering. Most of the SEO tools that will show you, or based on the first 10 ranking, or all the average words is like 1,000, like 2,000 words, which is actually a very long. So I want to emphasize is there is no magic number. As long as fulfill its purpose, then it's good. So put another example is let's say e-commerce. When you want to buy something, so definitely the description, the e-commerce, the online store is very important. But sometimes, the psychology thing is people just the drop shipping one, the Lazada, the Q10. When we check, we want to buy something, the description is very short. So it will give the impression is like, is it this true or valid or not? Compared with another extreme, when we want to buy something, we just want to check the very essential, the spec, the gram, what is the size, the dimension. But you show me so long the content, and I even can't find the information I want. So this is another like extreme example. It really depends on the product and services to find the perfect the content length. So to make it simple is, as long the content fulfill its purpose, it answer the question, then it's good. It doesn't matter how too long or too short. But based on my experience, I would suggest that at least have certain number, like few hundreds of words. So even this why I say this is at least you give the user, I not say about Google, user understand about the page about, or the online, the product you're selling about, especially you're selling e-commerce. Okay. So if you are very new to SEO, doesn't understand what I'm talking about just now, okay, you can just Google search about search engine optimization starter kit. This is officially from Google search console. So you can read about, it's very simple. So it's like really basic for the SEO. So like they give you like very structure about what you should do, anything. Okay. And then next about the final one is the distribution and expansion. So once you have the SEO and content, don't forget about the last step, the distribution. And then this is another reminder. Okay, when talk about SEO, is another big pie we call offsite SEO. Offsite SEO meaning anything doesn't related to your website. So the simplest method is backlinks, meaning people like share your link or people put your link in their website, their blog post. Okay, so you think about asking yourself when creating a content, is it this content worth to share? If worth to share, you will have higher chance to gain the backlinks. Or people will really like appreciate the content. Then this is actually help on SEO and your content as well, and your overall digital marketing as well. So very simple, when you write something, or even before you like create the content, you draft like few titles, you asking like your friends, your colleague, your family, which one is more appealing. So sometimes it's actually just the title also like make big impact. Okay. Next is about the repurposed content. If you already have the content like the blog post, like the simple, like the testimonial or anything about the text, actually I highly encourage you can like convert become slideshow or short video. Don't focus about just the blog post only. Now it's like the attention span is getting shorter and shorter. Text is sometimes, the younger generation is like, which sometimes I also don't want to read. So if you have like, the videos, the animation, it will be better. So actually, if you already have text, then here is the tips. You can use these tools as Lumen5, even the Canva actually is the new, they're still better. You can convert like become a short video also. Okay, the tools actually is available online. It's a lot. The free tools or freemium tool you can just try. Don't like, I would say it's like just keep it simple and then like make the content marketing process faster, because trust me, if you really do know this kind of content, it will like take hours and hours. Then sometimes you will like think about why I spend like so long hours, but I just get this kind of result. It's like, huh? So make it fast, make it simple, and then just execute, okay? And then another thing is the scheduling tools. So this is more about social media. It's like you can use the whole suite of buffer like to schedule everything, to aspect. So this is more about content marketing strategy as well, the digital marketing, the social media marketing strategy. So remember this. So this is the recap for my whole topic. Quality is important than quantity. It doesn't mean like you must have like let's say 100 posts, then you will get ranked better, then you will have like better result. Quality is important than quantity now. Okay, Google always emphasize about content. Second is the content marketing, especially SEO, you need to understand about it's a very long investment. Okay, sometimes you will think maybe after a few months, let's say to be realistic, it's like 3 months, 6 months, you will see the result, but it will take longer. So it might take like 1 year, then suddenly, I use the words again, the search algorithm change again, so your certain post or your certain ranking will increase. So it's a long investment. And then third is, this is very difficult for marketer, be consistent, okay? So how to be consistent, just now I already mentioned, plan your schedule, have a plan, stick to it, make sure you deliver it. Put it another way, it's like, maybe many like SME, they just ignore the content marketing because they say content marketing, so what? They didn't bring any sales on. My perspective is you publish content, like more to education, not about hard sales one. Actually, you also like branding your website so people know about your content, people know about your branding, your product and services. So it's a very long journey. It's like very holistic, not just about no, people just like always focus on sales, promotion, anything. Fourth is like aware of the latest feature, know the trend. Certain like just now I mentioned the example, the feature snippet. Few years ago, actually it's not very popular and people not focusing about that, but now become a trend. Or the structure data, the review, the star. Now people like realizing this is very important, especially for the e-commerce, because the star, the review. If you have recipe, even important, they will show you the very nice the layout. And then fourth is I will emphasize provide value and benefit to your content. To your target audience. Don't you have a balanced ratio of like promotion content. Okay, I know it's fine. You can follow the the 8-2 strategy or 7-3 ratio strategy. Your content marketing like big chance, and then you also like promote like your marketing, your promotional content as well. So remember this, quality is important than quantity. It's a long investment. Be consistent, so have a plan. Fourth is like need to be aware the latest trend, especially the search algorithm about SEO, and always provide value and benefit. So I will head to a question now. And then before question this is how you can find me. So or you can head to my LinkedIn, my website. Okay. So let me check the question.
So far, we don't have any questions yet. So guys, if you have any questions for Martin regarding his topic, go ahead and leave that in the Q&A box right now. Once again, that's the Q&A box right beneath your screen. I would advise against leaving them in the chat box because they can get lost pretty quickly. So once again, if you have any questions, just go ahead and leave them in the Q&A box. Martin, in the meantime, I wanted to ask you about the content length. Now you mentioned, sometimes people write too little or too much. So how much is just enough for them to know? This is the ideal amount.
Okay, the ideal amount is, I cannot say it's like my personal opinion or whatever. It based on like the SEO tools. If you're using WordPress, like the Yoast SEO tools, the plugin, that will mention the minimum number is 300 words. Okay, so this depends on and then if you're using certain like the SEO tools, the paid tools, the research tools, sometimes they will mention 600. Okay, so it's like, so I would say it's like in the end is if you really want the minimum is around 3 to 400. Okay, this is applied to especially the e-commerce as well. I noticed actually a lot of e-commerce, they just upload the product photo. Description is empty. It's like, yeah, 300.
Yeah, and then I think because they leave it empty, they prompt us to actually have to ask them. And I think that's an extra step, which makes us sometimes not want to purchase it in the end. So I think you make a very valid point there. Now, we have a question that just came in from Elizabeth. Now, this one is, when does it become a conversion to be able to sell?
When does it become conversion to able to sell? When does this become a conversion to able to sell? let me add
I think it's in conjunction with her first question. The question right beneath it, is there any difference in approach between a B2B or B2C? And I think that question follows that, yeah.
Okay. So this is very good question from Elizabeth Kong. As I answered the second question, so is there any approach approaching P2B and D2C? Yes. To sum up, to make it fast is like you need to understand about the search intent. Meaning B2B, what they want, they search from the content is totally different from the B2C. So the B2C is more about the ending, you know, the tail of the marketing funnel. They want to buy the purchasing. B2B is more about they want to know more about the consideration stages. They want more about research stages. So you need to give the point based on target audience. It's actually based on the similar concept about like the different target audience. You need to have like different content. Okay. Next question from Bruce Tan. With regard to the content I have been producing for a few years, however, the comment and share is not high. Is there a concern? Okay. Our advice is, first is you need to actually to evaluate the content first, you need to have like the site audit or like health check about your content first. And then second, what I would do is like, and make sure like I have a glance through everything. Is it this content have like the keywords or the focus about the content? And then next step is like more about technical. Do you follow the SEO practice, like the heading tag, the ALT tags, a little bit technical, but you need to follow. You know, like do you have like do you have any image, or even the size is small or big? There are actually a lot more. Okay.
But I think, you know, in retrospect to what Bruce has said here, I mean, I believe, I don't know, I'm not sure here, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think even if the content or the sharing is not high, as long as it can transcend into sales, that's all that, you know, matters at the end of the day?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, cool.
It really depends on which type of content.
Okay. Now, while we wait for a couple more questions, we still have a few more minutes, guys, so go ahead and leave them in the Q&A box. Martin, I wanted to talk to you about the backlinks. Now, you said it's important to have backlinks and all that, but because, you know, right now we also have things like social media marketing and all that, and people do, on a whole, do a lot of giveaways and things like that. So when, you know, how people do giveaways is like they say, okay, share this post and then, you know, be in the running to win this. So does that count as a backlink?
The exact backlink actually is let's say you have a website, you link the third-party website to your website. So this one actually is more about what you mentioned is like the social media marketing, you know, the links. Yeah. So this is more about towards the social media marketing world. Okay,
that's good to know. All right, let's give them maybe about 30 more seconds. I don't know how long it takes to type a question here, but if you guys have any more, just please send them our way. We're more than happy to answer any questions you may have. And once again, feel free to share this live stream on your Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. This is the Singapore Marketing Fest 2020. Thank you so much for joining us. And for those of you who just joined us and are wondering if you can get the slides and video presentations, the answer is absolutely yes. So of course, do give us a week. You can always check back on our website, marketingfest.asia/SG#agenda. Once again, that's marketingfest.asia/SG#agenda. Now, Elizabeth just came in with another question, and we're just going to answer this last one here. Elizabeth's question is, can you share a success story where someone took on this SEO and content and received good results? Thank you for the question, Elizabeth.
A very good question. It's like, so far when I handle my SEO client is, if the content is very good, first I will check if you check the Google Search Console research, Google Search Console, the organic impression is very high. You suddenly very high one. Okay. And then the content, you will gain a lot of organic traffic to your website. It might be very strange content, but people just love about the content. Check about the Google Search Console, the organic, the impression, total impression, and total clicks.
Okay, so do you have any examples or success stories in regards to her question here?
Okay.
That you can tell us without getting in trouble.
No, I can tell about the Exabytes digital one. So I'm not sure in Malaysia. So previous few months ago, actually, our Malaysia government, the taxation, they about the digital marketing agency, the specific targeting this, they need to impose the 8% withholding tax. So this is more about if you're running digital marketing ads, like the Google ads and Facebook ads, you need to add another 8% additional tax. So what I do is I write a very simple blog post talking about the tax. If you type withholding tax Malaysia or what services tax, the Exabyte digital post actually will rank the first one. Yeah. So this is success story you can try.
All right, fantastic. Now, I know we're just a little bit over time here, but another question just came in, and I think this is a pretty important one because I think a lot of us out there, we basically set a lot of high expectations. So this is regards to that. Now, this question comes from Yi Xiek. I believe that's how I pronounce it now. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. But the question is, for a new website and business, is it realistic to aim for the first page of a search engine like Google within 2 years?
Usually, I would say the fastest one is from 6 months to 1 year. It really depends on the difficulty and keywords. If you just want to start with easy, start with the long tail keyword, that one should be faster than, you want to target very high competitive keywords. 6 months or 1 year is possible.
But is it realistic to do it within, let's say, 6 months to 1 year, like how you said?
I would say faster. 2 years is a little bit long.
Okay. Well, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I think if it takes 2 years as well, I think as long as you get there, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for the question. Martin, I'm going to have to let you go now because I have to invite our next speaker in. Thank you so much for joining us here. And let's give it a virtual round of applause. Thank you so much.
Exabytes. Grow your business online.